12,197. So now I'm going to talk for 5 minutes. As usual, it's just a speaking exercise. I got over almost totally, and now I feel myself better than yesterday. My nose is almost clean, and yesterday there was blood came out of my nose. The blood came out of my nose, but today it was clean from the morning. There was a little bit green brown substance, but again, I feel myself much better today. Yesterday I was lying in my bed almost the whole day. I was playing chess for half of the day. Another half I spent just doing nothing, and I worked on my journals maybe for an hour or a little bit more. I also wrote two articles, let's call them articles. So first was my reflection on Speaking Club. I just wrote down my reflection on Speaking Club in English, just to put all things together. I simply repeat the whole event in my mind. I imagined it from the beginning and wrote down everything that I could remember, or at least some important points. And it took me more than usually I can express everything of such length, some smaller length in one page. And usually I prefer to write everything in one page. For example, if I start writing, I pick up any idea or some event and I try to put it in one page, no more. But yesterday it took me a little bit more because there was a conversation about personal experience, and I started writing about everyone. Everyone was talking about their personal experience, and when I started to just write up, for example, first man started talking about his personal experience, and he said this and that. So and it took me more, maybe like 1/6 of the page to write down experience of one person. And then after I wrote down my thoughts on every person's experience, so wow, it's so difficult. I think my brain just doesn't work like okay, it's not a complaining, it's not an excuse. I continue to do that. I wrote down the experience of four or five people in there, and then few people left, and in order to make the whole whole explanation, or the whole note organized in a correct way, I just decided to write down everything on the next page. So it took me a page and a half, just everything I wanted to say, and again, it's just a usual thing. Another thing is I wrote about another event which took place on Saturday. I was in my acquaintance's house, and we were talking about personality. He invited me to discuss personality and what what the personality consists of, and obviously no one had no correct idea. No one had no idea about what it was, and we just there was 3 men, and we were talking about ourselves. Let's say it that way. So we're talking about ourselves instead of having a real discussion. And mostly I didn't like the conversation because I behaved as a motherfucker, and I would say that it wasn't intentional, behavior. It's just turned out spontaneously. Of course, it wasn't spontaneously. There were, okay, if I start talking about the event right now, it will take me much more time than I have, and than I want to spend for this self-talk. I don't want to describe it. I wrote it down in a small story how three fools played the smart. We have in Russian the cards game. We call it fool. Fool, to play in a fool, to play in a fool, and I and I made a like and I make up a game smart or dead smart, and just some word playing. I invented some word playing and made this game, and into this game I put all I put us as characters of the game, and then just it's like it was like a fairy tale. Well, it was interesting, not interesting. It was it was funny and fascinating. So I just wrote it down, and I wrote it down after one of the men sent me a message where he described our conversation in English in his own way, and mostly he took a part of a conversation, like a small part, which took place at the end of conversation. We discussed it maybe for a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, no more, and he just wrote in English, and he described this part of conversation, and obviously he had no idea what he was writing about, because it's just he argued against some against some, I don't know, he has lots of prejudice, but okay, it doesn't matter, just what was done. So yesterday I was writing 2 pages, playing chess, working on my journals, and trying to have some sort of relaxation, and it didn't turn out quite successful, because again, instead of relaxing, I was doing lots of jokes. Like if we take it as learning, and I tried to avoid learning English, an hour and a half I was learning by writing about the event. A few minutes I was talking to myself. It's like also I was writing in my journals. No, I wrote my journals in Russian. But again, it's just some sort of learning activity, which obviously has lots to do with learning. And in general, it was like 5 hours of learning, even if I didn't learn. It was just basic activity. I couldn't escape just doing it, because I can't just lay on my bed and do nothing, or watch movies. No, I can watch movies, but again, watch movies, it's especially if I watch them in English, and most of the time I watch them in English. I forget when I watched the last Russian movie. I don't remember. Oh, of course I remember. I can remember, but now it's not the point. So the point is that whatever I do, I'm still learning language, and there is no way to escape. But I try to do it as less time as possible in these days, and also playing chess. I feel some sort of relaxation, and even if it's again some sort of mental activity, I still relax and get rest from learning by playing chess. And also I've noticed that when okay, no, it's not a whole topic for discussion. I don't want to stay on that. Okay, it's enough for today.